Welcome to week 14 and welcome to our major project. Going to give you a fair warning. This video is going to be longer, but you do need to watch it because there's a lot of details that are going to be super important to successfully complete this assignment. So, there are no more readings. There are no more reading checks. This week, you are only focusing on the live policy presentation. This assignment is worth a pretty decent amount of points in your final grade. So that's why I stress making sure that you're watching this full video. So, a couple things. You do need to make sure that you are using the correct worksheet. The worksheet for the live policy presentation is different from the live policy APP. So, download this one, same thing. It needs to be either PDF or a Word document that you submit. Do not submit a Google link. If it does not open, I'm not able to access your stuff, it will be a 0 for that assignment. So please make sure you submit this as a PDF or a Word document. You have access to Word through your USC student email. The information for this week's assignment can be found here, and then this is where you're going to be submitting your worksheet at. So we're going to pop into the directions. It's a lot. It's lengthy, and that's why this video is going to be lengthy. So you will plan and record your own live policy argument. You have already done the research for this. You've already done a practice run. Now you're going to be doing the same thing, but instead of just citing one source, you're citing all four. Instead of a minute to 2 minutes, you are going to be looking at 5 to 7 minutes. Timing, if you are over that 7 minutes, that is not a big deal. I do not take off points for going over. It is only going to hurt your grade if you are under that time frame. So for this one, you must have two audience members. They can be either on Zoom, Meet, Teams, or live in the room with you. Those are the only options. So recording on your phone, looking at your computer screen is not going to work. Those are the options that you have. If you absolutely cannot make that happen, please reach out to me in the beginning of the week. I can arrange a Zoom session and we can record it that way if your school computer does not allow you to record. We have many workarounds for every assignment. So, if they are on Zoom, Teams, Meet, whatever it is, they need to say hello at the beginning and goodbye at the end just to ensure that they are seen on camera and we can ensure that they were, in fact, in your presentation, especially if they do not both ask questions as you should have. At least one person asking a question at the end of your presentation. Stressing that again, the questions will come at the end of the presentation. So, like I said, you're using the same policy presentation information that you used last week. We're now just building onto this. Visual aids are totally optional. You do not have to have a visual aid. You must present to that live audience, and you're going to make sure that you're looking up and maintaining as much eye contact with your audience as possible. So, really, looking at the camera is going to be the big thing. If they are in the room with you, you want to make eye contact with your camera. So, that will be the big thing. If they're on screen, you're looking at the camera. If they're next to you, you're looking at the camera. I need to be able to see that you can maintain eye contact. So again, you can use a visual aid, but it is not required. You cannot edit your speech together. This must be done in one shot. You cannot start, stop. It should start, go through your entire presentation plus the question and answer session, and then you may stop your video. No editing whatsoever. If you start, stop, or if you edit, it will be an automatic 20 points off of your presentation. You can also, if you're really struggling to get things like Zoom, Meet, or Teams to work, there are options to record using Canva or Prezi, and both of those typically work with school computers. So I did want to include that information in case you are struggling to find a way to record with a visual aid. So again, 5 to 7 minutes long. That part is important that you're hitting at least that 5 minute mark. You must verbally cite all four of your sources. You should include the website, the title of the article or study, and then, of course, if it's a section of a website, the section of that website that you found that information. And if there is an author, we want to make sure that we've given them credit for all of their hard work in that product. The biggest suggestion I can give to students is to practice. Do this a couple times. I would do at least two run-throughs of your presentation before you sit down with an audience. One, it's going to help you in that process. It's going to make you feel more comfortable. It's also going to allow you to see the flow. Maybe you need to slow down so you can make the time. Maybe you need to make sure that you are fully citing the sources. I also encourage people to record their practice runs because then you can go back and watch it and critique yourself and figure out what needs to be adjusted in that final run through. Maintaining eye contact with the camera during your presentation. Again, that is a very important detail that you are looking into that camera as much as possible. You can have notes. I do not expect anyone to go 100% noteless on this project. But looking up at that camera as much as possible, you should have more eye contact with the camera than down at your notes. When you are all done with that video, you will fill out the worksheet that is in this week's folder. You will drop your YouTube link onto there if you're able to access YouTube. If you're not, the same as we've done with every other project, you will upload that video to the discussion board. I did forget to mention feedback and how feedback works for this one. So, for feedback, once you are done with your presentation, you are going to say, "Are there any questions?" And your audience must ask at least one question. Again, that comes at the end of your presentation, not in the middle. It should not be a back and forth conversation throughout this presentation. So that is where your feedback grade will come from, but you will say, "Are there any questions?" and allow your audience to ask. You have to answer at least one question to get those feedback points. If you have any questions, if you are struggling with an audience, if you are struggling with figuring out how to record, please reach out to me earlier in the week. Do not wait until Sunday to reach out to me. You need to make sure that you're reaching out earlier in the week to ensure that I can arrange something with you. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm so excited for you guys to complete this final assignment, and then you've got a full week off to relax, and then you've got just one more week of class. It's a very simple assignment. If you want to work ahead and be finished with this course during Thanksgiving break, you are more than welcome to complete coursework ahead. But if not, I hope everybody has a fantastic week and have a great week off next week.